Hello and welcome. Today we are at the worldwide debut of the Chevrolet Seeker. This compact crossover is set to be a global model for the Chevrolet brand and has already been spotted testing in the United States. Today we're going to be giving you a look at all the highlights inside and out on this static display vehicle. Let's get started.
With hands-on test drives and reviews of exciting Chinese market vehicles, Wheelsboy is the #1 source for China auto insights. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
The exterior styling of the Seeker is largely similar to that of the Chevrolet Blazer. That means thin upper LED lighting, as well as a pronounced flare to the rear wheel arches and a pronounced kind of uptick to the belt line near the rear. There are some differences, of course, between the two. Here on the front end, we have a much more pronounced X shape to this kind of dark chrome piece. In addition, this being a smaller car, the roofline is much lower, lending it an even sportier appearance than the Blazer.
The Seeker's taillight cuts deep into the rear quarter panel in a way that's similar to the Chevy Traverse. Based on its wheelbase of 106 inches or 2.7 meters and an overall length of 178.6 inches or 4.54 meters, the Seeker would fit neatly between the Chevy Trailblazer and Equinox in the company's US lineup.
Sporty styling aside, this car was definitely intended to be economical transportation, which is why there is a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder under the hood. There's no official power numbers released yet, but we believe that this thing is going to make around 132 kilowatts or about 175 horsepower, through the front wheels, of course. The interior styling of the Seeker is more of an evolution than a revolution in terms of the styling language for Chevrolet. The centerpiece is definitely these two 10.25-inch displays. Now, the middle one here is actually tilted about 9 degrees towards the driver, like something you would see in a Mark 8 Volkswagen Golf. While an increasing number of General Motors vehicles are using the company's electronic precision shift system, the CVT transmission in this Seeker is operated by a traditional shift lever. That lever is topped by a handsome RS logo to go with the many other RS logos that you'll find on the inside and outside of this car. Buyers who opt for a higher trim level of Seeker like this one can enjoy features that include heated and cooled front seats, wireless charging bed here between the seats, as well as Chevrolet's all-new Tune Dynamic surround sound audio system. One final note on design, these air outlets, well, Chevy says that they're modeled after the barrel of a gun, which is extremely American. The rear passenger space in the Seeker is surprisingly good for a car of this size, and that's due to a couple of reasons. The first is that Chevrolet claims this car has the shortest H.2 wheel well distance of any Chevrolet crossover currently available. That means that the seat has basically been moved back as far as possible to create more space for rear seat passengers. You also have a completely flat rear floor here, adding to the sense of space. The result is very good legroom. A note on ergonomics, you obviously have a fold-down center armrest here with cup holders, but one thing I want to point out is the placement of the two USB ports here above the air outlets, rather than down below. That makes them much easier to reach. Now, by moving those rear seats as far back as they possibly could, that could infringe on cargo space, so let's give that a look. There's no official numbers for the exact space back here, but I can say looking at it that it actually seems quite decent for a car of this size category. I will also say that the load floor seems pretty low, which makes it easier to take things in and out of it. The Seeker could be a very important vehicle for Chevrolet here in the Chinese market because their other compact crossover, the Trailblazer, well, it's been less than a major sales hit. I'm sure they're hoping that this vehicle, which was designed with Chinese buyers in mind from the very beginning, will be much more of a hit. As for when this car is going to debut in other markets, to be honest, we don't even know when it's going to hit the Chinese market, so we really couldn't tell you. Either way, we really appreciate you watching today's video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and of course, check us out on Facebook and Instagram, as well as our brand new website. All links are in the description below.